Everybody, I'm here today with a simple driving lesson on showing you and telling you when to stop when reverse parking. If you are going to be reverse parking, then I'm going to be showing you and telling you when you should be stopping. I'll be going over 5 specific things that you can do to know when to stop. Let's get right into the video, and you can choose whichever one of these works for you. And I would recommend using multiple of them together, because then you're going to get the best reverse park that you can ever create. Let's get right into the video. Number 1 is to line up your mirrors with the car beside you. Now, this is true if you're reverse parking and the car beside you has reverse parked as well. So for instance, this car beside me has reverse parked as well, okay? Now, my mirrors are roughly lined up with those mirrors right there. The reason I'm a little bit further forward is because I feel like my vehicle is probably slightly longer than this vehicle, and it looks like they went really close to the curb stop over there. So I didn't want to go as close, so I roughly lined up my side mirrors with their side mirrors. Now, this is obviously only going to work if your car is roughly the same length. If you're driving a huge pickup truck and you're parking beside a tiny little compact vehicle, it's not going to work. But if your cars are roughly the same length, then definitely this is something that you can do. Number 2 is to use a reverse camera. So if your car is a reverse camera, you can use it. In my car, as you can see right here, if I'm reversing into the parking spot, my reverse camera will show me where I am, and I can go to this view right here, which is a downward angle, and I can see that edge right here. That little line is my rear bumper. So I'm still far enough away from that I'm good to go, okay? You can use your reverse camera if you have one equipped. Most modern cars are going to have a reverse camera. Like in most modern cars, even like the base model of the car is going to have a reverse camera. Okay, number 3, look at the reflection of the car beside you. Now, if you take a look right here at the reflection of this vehicle, if you look, it's kind of hard to see, but you got to really focus. Okay, let's look right there. I'll roll down the window because, as you can see, it's sort of harder to see. If you look right around there, you're going to see the reflection of my rear tire. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to see with the glare, but basically there's the rear of my car. So as I'm reversing, I can look at where the rear of my car is in comparison to the curb stop. And this is true as long as the car is relatively clean. Now, like I said, this is something that takes a little bit more time to master. You can sort of see the roof line, if you can see right there, and then it comes down there like that. So that's the rear of my car, and I can see the curb stop over there. You can actually use the reflection of the car beside you when you're reversing to see where the rear of your car is. Obviously, this is only true if the car is relatively clean and if there's a car parked beside you, okay? Number 4, and this is probably the best one, because this doesn't depend on any other car beside you or anyone else. It's to estimate and practice, basically. So what you want to do is go to an empty parking lot, reverse towards a parking spot, stop the car, get out of the car, and see where your rear bumper is. And compare that to what you saw in the car. Okay? Then get back in the car, move back another 6 inches, and get out and see where your rear bumper is. Compare that to what you saw in the car. And by doing this, all you need is probably about half an hour to an hour of practicing. By doing this, you're training your mind to know when you see something in the car, what does it actually mean with regards to where your bumper is outside of the car. You're training your mind, okay? Last but not least is number 5, which is use the rear passenger window. I'm going to take a look, make sure there's nothing in my back seat over here that I'm going to, I don't know, my kids are in there. They're throwing toys all around. So I just really want to make sure there's nothing in there. I don't know. I haven't looked back there in a couple of hours. Yeah, that's it. They're good to go. So the back seat is good to go. I didn't look there since I dropped them off. But if you look at the rear passenger window, let me flip the screen so I can see what you guys are seeing over here. You can see the curb line right there, the rear of the line right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to look through this window and look at that line right there and compare that to where we think that our rear tires and our rear bumper would be. So basically what you want to do is you want to just use that as a guideline to compare it to wherever your rear tires and rear bumper are. And it's that simple. Those are really the 5 things that you can do to know when to stop when reverse parking. The best one is by far estimate and practice, but by all means, you know, you're going to use all 5 of these together, and eventually you just use them without thinking about it. I use all 5 of these in some way, shape, or form without even thinking about it. Like in this car, I have the rear view camera, so obviously I use the rear view camera more than anything. But in our other car, we don't have a rear view camera, so I got to use the other 4 options. And you use them without even thinking about them. You get good at reverse parking and knowing when to stop. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.